everybody, welcome back into another video, and today is another movie review. I told y'all this week is like all movie reviews, pretty much, except for some exciting stuff coming at the end of the week. Dune, potentially Spider-Man, who knows, I don't know. But we've got some movie reviews to catch up with you guys because there's a lot of stuff coming out in the next few weeks and this past weekend as well, and one of them that is off of everyone's radar, that is a smaller indie film that I actually got to see early. Thank you, Music City Drive-In, for giving me the opportunity, is this new film called Broken Diamonds, starring Ben Platt. Yes, Dear Evan Hansen Ben Platt, the politician Ben Platt. This is starring him, and I knew nothing about this going in. I had Ricky at Music City Drive-In reach out to me and say, hey, I got this film. You want to check it out? And I was like, heck yeah. And I went into it completely blind. No idea what it was about. I checked out the synopsis right before I started the film, and I was like, okay, let's see what you guys got. So we are reviewing that today. It's not out yet. This is early. I was very fortunate to get to see it early. And let's talk about it. It's fine. It's an okay movie. I think people were thinking it was going to be a dumpster fire. I didn't really have any expectations because I just didn't know what to expect. I came out of it like, okay, yeah, that happened. That's a film. It was fine. But let's get into the positives. I'll get into some of my negatives at the end, and then I'll give you guys the point breakdown. So the first positive is Lola Kirke, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. I don't know. I'm sorry, Lola, if you're watching this, if I butchered your last name. She's really good in this. So the main thing that this film tackles is mental illness and mental health. And Lola's character is suffering from schizophrenia, is I believe what this story is revolved around. And I tried to do some research. Again, I don't know for a fact if Lola is dealing with those issues or not, but she portrayed this character very well, gave a lot of emotion, a lot of depth, lots of layers, and did it really, really well. It was very convincing, very heartbreaking, and she was the standout of this film. She really, truly was. And this film, it's very hard to watch at times, not because it's bad, but because of what it is tackling. Again, mental health is something that people deal with every day, and it's terrible. And if you are struggling with something like this, please, you're not alone. You know, if you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Someone is there for you. I just want to put that out there before we dive more into this. It's a very serious topic and something that is covered in the media and covered in entertainment, but I don't really think to this level, because we do see people dealing with these struggles in film and TV, but this is a whole new level in this film, and it's done very well. And Lola Kirke is a big reason why, because she gives that really incredible performance. She's just really, really good. And again, the next point that I think was done very well was tackling mental illness, tackling a story like this. It's heartbreaking, but it's real. It felt raw. It was emotional. It was something to just sit back and applaud, because I just think that they did it in a very delicate way that showed what could be a very real story, something that people deal with every day. And I think that they really did a great job at portraying that and being delicate about it. Being very delicate about it, because I've seen projects where they have tried to do this and they have butchered it because they were not careful about what they did. This project did it well. I have to give them props for that. And the reason why they did it well, and this is the next point, is because they brought in real people to consult. They brought in people that are actually suffering from this mental illness. They brought in family members that have had to cope and deal with loved ones suffering with this mental illness, because the whole story of this film is a brother trying to deal with the sister who is dealing with these mental illnesses, and how hard it is for him as well, because he is the loved one that wants to care for his loved one so much, but it's hard at times. And to get some live testimony from people that have actually in real life deal with stuff like this is very powerful, and it's great because it shows that they took the time to do their research. It shows that they took the time to be delicate about these issues, because they are not issues you can just throw around. They are things that are very, you need to be very, I don't even know what the correct word is. You just need to treat it with respect is probably the best way to put it. And I think that they did a really good job by getting people to actually give testimony, consult, and be there to really show them what it actually is like. No sugarcoating, very raw and very real. And it's very well done. Very, very well done. The emotion's there. This is a very emotional movie. It elicited a lot of emotion from me. The emotion is very solid, and that is one of the shining parts of this, besides Kirk's performance, is the emotion. It's written in a way that gets you to elicit emotion. What more can I say? Very, very well done. But with the good comes the bad. The writing is not good here. It's not. I think the story to a point, the story is carried by the emotional weight. That's what this story is carried by. It's not really carried by the writing itself. I think Ben Platt is fine. I don't think really his acting is the problem here. I think it's how he's written. I think he is one of the most unlikable characters in the world. I don't think there is much that he really needs to do to help his sister besides say, hey, I'm here for you. I want to help you. Just listen to what you have to say. Let me talk to you, and let me get you the help that you need. But instead, he neglects that, and he doesn't do that. And I know that is one of the emotional barriers that they are trying to get past in this film, and I know that is an obstacle that they are trying to get over, but it was done in a way that was very unlikable, and that is mostly on Ben Platt's character. Again, it's not Ben Platt himself. I think his performance was fine, but I do not think he was given the best material to work with. Very unlikable character, did not like the direction they took with him. There's also this mystery kind of in the middle of it about kind of how the family was split and torn apart and why they are the way that they are now. And that's as best as I can describe it, because there really isn't much explanation to it. We get some bits and pieces of why this family has been splintered and broken. But by the end, we are kind of left in the same place we were at the beginning. We just don't really know what's going on. So I think that writing lacks a lot. I understand what they were trying to do, but I don't really think it succeeded, unfortunately. It just was something that I was like, I don't really think we need to have this. I understand that again, it's pros and cons. I can understand that it led to the more severity of our main actresses is mental illness, but you need to give us more than we need more explanation. We need to know more about what's going on if you want to do that. I don't think that was done very well, so it lacked a little bit for me. That's kind of it. It's a very somber movie to talk about. It's got a lot of emotion. I think that the portrayal of mental illness is done very delicately, and I think it's done pretty well. And again, it all comes back to the fact that they didn't pull any punches here. They got people that actually experience this, that actually suffer from these types of illnesses, and people that know people that suffer from those illnesses that have to take care of them. They got those people to give actual testimony and help consult the film. And I think that is the right thing to do in a situation like this. All right. Let's get into the point breakdown. Entertainment, 13 out of 20. Now, I didn't really come in to be entertained. I wasn't really entertained. It's hard to give an entertainment rating because this is a very hard movie to be entertained by. But yeah, there were a lot of dull moments, a lot of moments that left me just kind of like, okay, that was a choice you made. That's kind of where the buck stops. Performance is 16 out of 20. Like I said, Lola Kirke is fantastic. Ben Platt is okay. Again, I think it's what he was given. I don't think it was necessarily him, but I gave it 16 out of 20. Direction, 7 out of 10. I think it was fine. Nothing groundbreaking or breathtaking here. The writing, 5 out of 10. That's probably the one that suffers the most here. Like I said, it's just got the subplot that isn't really rectified, and we have a very unlikable lead character, which just doesn't work. Emotion 8 out of 10. Like I said, the emotion is most definitely there. Cinematography 8 out of 10. There's some nice shots, some nice shot composition. Score 3 out of 5. That's kind of middle of the road. Didn't do anything for me. I just like, you know, didn't really think about it. It wasn't anything special. Pacing 3 out of 5. Does have some pacing issues, but in a film that's slow like this, you're always going to run into issues like that. Rewatchability 4 out of 5. I think it was fine. I'd probably rewatch it again if I wanted to, but I need to be in a very certain state of mind because it's a very hard movie to watch. And the automatic 5 out of 5 points. If we did the math, that means I gave Broken Diamonds a 72 out of 100. Fine. It's a fine movie. Middle of the road, nothing too special, nothing too breathtaking, but it's also not terrible. It's also not a dumpster fire like I think people thought it would be. I think that the portrayal of mental health is very well done here. I think it's trying to say something very important. I think the messages are very, very important here, and it's very well done. Just very well done in those aspects. So that is pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all so much for checking out this early movie review of Broken Diamonds. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to Music City Driving for giving me the opportunity. And my written review is also up on Music City Driving right now as you are watching this, or sometime around when you guys are watching this today. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already clicked the big red subscribe button, please go down below and do that if you enjoyed the content. The time I'm recording this, we are 3 subscribers away from 750. Let's get there, folks. I really do appreciate it. But guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next video.